Okay, I'm just going to go over these door panels. It took me a while to figure this out. So if you watch this and you never had door panels and you have the deluxe interior, this is how you do it. So you can see I got the hole cut out here for this. I'll flip it over. I got this window delete gold emblem, I guess you call it, and I got this, the driver's side only remote mirror. Now I'll tell you the problem I did have. Let's see, how does it go? Here, let me see if I can explain this. If you go back to one of my other videos, I was trying to figure all this out, and this plate comes with it. This really threw me off. You don't need this plate. And the reason is, well, there's no screw holes in it for one thing, there's just holes. But if you were to put that on the back of your door panel, every time you pull this, you'd be pulling this panel. So this is going to drill directly into your door frame. And I'll go over that more later, probably. So that's that. Also, I had a problem. I tried to figure this out by looking at these pictures. Again, if you watch my video, you won't have to go through what I went through, but I was trying to figure out where this went, and then I drilled holes in here, but then I figured out, don't do that. And I'll explain later, but what you're going to do is you're going to put this in, you're going to screw into the door, then you're going to bend this, and you're going to screw the other screw into the door. And then you're going to put these caps on. You're not going to use this plate. So do not drill these holes now. Again, I suffered through it. On this side, here's the plate that goes on here, and it's held on by two tabs that just bend in underneath the carpet, the cardboard. And to get it extra tight, maybe I'll do a close-up after this. I just made little notches in the card. You pop the piece out. I'm looking at something else right now. You pop the pieces out, and then I made little notches right where these pins are to get, so in other words, I could bend the pin that way or I could bend it and get full grip. This piece here, which is this, upside down, the way to do it is keep this pointing toward the bottom of the door, and then I made little notches for these 3 little pins. And then there's a clip that goes on there that you got to push down really tight. And then you put again, I'll do the other door. And then you put then you put this nut on, and you push down really hard right here to get the nut on. And then I put glue on here because I don't want this ever coming loose. I put glue on here too. So these holes here that they have, you can see I was screwing around with it, trying to make it work. But I figured out, don't use that. If anything, you're going to use this for a layout template. So basically, let me get a tape measure. I might change my wording a little bit later, but from the center of this hole, which is what you care about, to the center of that hole, it's like 12 1/8 inches. That's where your holes are going to be, 12 1/8. You can see it doesn't line up until you bend it. Because this right now, it's like 13. The other thing I found out, again, I hate to keep saying this, There's a little rust right here. But this panel goes on first. Again, I had put the lower panel on because I don't know what I was doing. But the top panel goes on first because this section goes behind the bottom panel. You can't slide it in later. I mean, I've had that panel off 4 times now. So that's it. I can't put this on yet because I need to spray it black. I forgot to do that. Okay, so I'm going to come over 3 1/4. Up 1 1/4. And then over, well, let me see. That's about 1 5/8. See, I don't think you can use a level. You have to measure out something, so I'm measuring out this. And 13 1/8, which I don't have enough tape. So let me just double check myself. Yeah, 1 1/4 up. Three and a quarter over, and then 13 1/8. I don't think that's right. I think it's 12 1/8. I think it's 12 1/8. I'll show you how we're going to check that. 12 1/8. I think I burned an inch. 12 1/8. One 5/8. Double check everything, or triple check everything. 1 1/4. 3 1/4. 1 5/8. 1 5/8. 1 5/8. 12 1/8. Maybe right here. So here's the plate that came with it. It threw me off for a couple hours. But I know these holes are right, so they should go right over that. And they do. So first I'll drill a smaller hole. Okay, I've had this panel off 3 times. What I found out is when I put this on, I can't get it all the way back. I'm gonna try to, I guess I'm gonna have to cut this open and see what the hell's going on. I mean, I can get it all the way back, but then when I put the panel on, it pushes it this way. So make sure it's lined up. Forget this thing for now, just stick it through the hole. Make sure it's lined up. Then I found out, put a piece of tape behind your hole, behind your panel. Put your panel on, hit it with a nail set. That way it'll mark it on the tape. Then try your screws. I know it sounds like a lot of work, but trying to fight these straps that are going to be bent, I don't want to do that. Finally, I got it. This little hole here. There's a hole right here. Line that up and then just snap that in. Okay, first time ever. I remember I cut this open to fix this material. If you saw that, I don't know, because the camera went dead. Stupid glue, second. Doesn't grab this second piece. If I tip it upside down, it falls out. Okay, I'm down to the last thing. I don't have the right screws for that. I guess it was supposed to be countersunk. This one's kind of countersunk. This one isn't. So I'm gonna have to get a big washer. There's a gap right here. I don't know why. Let me show you that. There's this spacer piece on the back of this panel. It works over here, but right here it holds the door out. It holds the, I don't know, it's tight there. I don't know what to do about that. Again, there's one of these things that I guess I could put more padding back here, which means taking this off again. Let me show you what I'm looking at. Yeah, we're kind of stupid doing this, but I don't want that big gap. So, there's some of the garbage. And a little bit over here. damn things. It's raining. I didn't get it up high enough. Sliced my finger when that thing dropped. Yeah, that fixed it. At least once I get the screws. That's a hell of a lot better. Same with the other side, so that's good. Just need screws. Oh yeah, now I gotta put screws in here. I'm gonna push it up tight. And find some screws. I think these little short ones will do it. Yeah, they want to. You're supposed to use countersink on this plastic, but eventually they rip. The plastic wears out, so I'm just putting these round heads. Come on, get in the hole. And this, I'm just cutting it like a ½ inch smaller. I already forgot. Just double check. Yeah. I want this facing down. I want to cut some of the cardboard out right here. Right here. For these pins. Right here. About that much. How you cut it is up to you. Just cutting the cardboard. Ran them out pretty good. See, that's the bottom. Check that's right. Where'd the bird go? So I flip it, it's the same. Just want these pins to go cleanly through. Getting screwed up. That's the bottom. Okay, so now I push it all the way down, I know it's good. Put this back together so I don't lose anything. No, actually, I want to put this on. I want to put this on. Let me think. How did I do it before? Got 3 holes here now. Gotta put this one last hole. Push this down here. so it gets a good grip. Just bent it. You don't get it down far enough, you can't get this nut on. I just put this on upside down. I think it's okay. I got these painted. Maybe a little bit too thick. You gotta be real careful because there's grain on there. It's hard to repaint these. I didn't do a great job, but at least they're black. So I'm gonna put some glue on here. I don't want this to ever come off. Slip this in first. Okay, we're gonna walk over here. If I push this all the way in down here, I have a big old gap right here. This is weather stripping here. And then I got this piece of material. Let's go look at the other door. I don't have that material problem here. And I don't have the gap problem here either. I don't know what that means. I mean, there is a gap. Let's go look at the other side. I'm right at the bottom of the weather stripping. Yeah, I don't know why that's like that. It sucks. Okay, so I'm gonna lower it. Yeah, I don't know what's doing that. I have to work on that. Fix this. Fix that. We'll try to line this up. This seems to be important right here. Okay, we're gonna walk over here. If I push this all the way in down here, I have a big old gap right here. This is weather stripping here. And then I got this piece of material. Let's go look at the other door. I don't have that material problem here. And I don't have the gap problem here either. I don't know what that means. I mean, there is a gap. Let's go look at the other side. I'm right at the bottom of the weather stripping. Yeah, I don't know why that's like that. It sucks. Okay, so I'm gonna lower it. Yeah, I don't know what's doing that. I have to work on that. Fix this. Fix that. We'll try to line this up. This seems to be important right here. Tooth pulled a couple days ago. It's freaking all swelled up. And I got a, what do they call it? A implant right above it. So I got a double surgery. Anyway, back to the car. Let's see what was wrong. When I put the panel on, there was a gap. When I put the panel on, there was a gap here. I'm thinking, again, you got to find solutions. I mean, this is the same on both sides. Maybe if I... After revisiting this, I think I need to be on this edge. So I'm gonna have to lift it up. Okay, again, I'm just trying to find solutions. So I believe this wants to be on this edge. So what is holding that out right there? What do I do? Bend this? Bend this piece of metal here? I don't think this insulation is holding it out. The other thing is I just put a screw right there. But you see the way when I bend it in? But that doesn't fill this hole. What the heck? Let's go to the other side and look again. This side is tight. Why? Maybe I'll make a template. This is where the lock goes through. They didn't do a very good job. So there's four tabs on here. I'm gonna pull that out. I mean, it's cheapo design. And clean up that hole. Okay, I fixed that. Again, this really needs to be glued down. I'll do that later if I remember. Okay, I think I figured this out. There should be a pin. You see this hole here? It was throwing me off because it's so far out. If you put this thing, you slip it into that hole and it slides all the way to there. In other words, it slides under this. And then there's another one under here, which will slide in, you know, like. So they should be like 5 3/4 apart. You can't see it, but there's a hole right here. those are 5 inches. I mean, all I'm saying is if I put a clip here, when I push this panel, it'll hold. Well, I'm gonna try it. Maybe that hole's in the right spot. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to cut this material off here because it's right in my way. Maybe a little bit more because maybe this hole is close, I don't know. I'm going to put the panel on the door. I'm going to reach inside, mark where I think these go. So I think 2 goes there. Which again means I'm going to have to pull the other door panel off. There's a hole here, so 1 probably goes there. I mean, I hate to keep pulling this stuff apart. Anyway, I'll check the other door, see if there's any holes. I'll mark it, and if it doesn't work, again, all I gotta do is cut the cardboard. If it doesn't work, I'm gonna put screws in it. So I'm gonna zoom in on this door. There's a hole right here. There's one right here. This one's like a 1/2 inch from that edge. This one's like 1 1/4 inches. There also is old inserts in here. If I can get them out. Anyway, I got these other inserts that I didn't know what they were for. I'm just going to push those in. They fit. About there. This is a process of figuring this out, but this is what I figured out. I'll probably cut out the rest. There's inserts that go in where these 4 tape spots are. So I put tape. But the holes on the back side of the panel are wrong. So I put tape here, 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 where the holes are. I pushed down. I just kind of looked inside and marked it. That's where those pins should be. I did the same on the other side. This is lined up. This material's in the way. Let me see here. This hole just won't work. So I think that one's right there. I think this one is right. Same problem. This hole's not right either. I think it's right there. The Forstner bit, it's flat on one, it's flat on the bottom. Well, the other panel doesn't have this problem. So, frick, I don't know, why do they do this stuff? Sure how to cut that. I guess I just cut it off. A little glue to hold that together. A little glue here because I think I made this hole too big. Okay, it's still Friday. I had to try this. So, this drops in first. Get over these things. Rubber down. That one went in. That one went in. It's tight here now. That one went in. This one's off a little bit. Damn it. Anyway, I got 3 of them and this one came off. Shoot. Again, I did all that to try to close this stupid gap up. That's the best. That's the best it's going to be. Okay, it's Monday, October 2nd or 3rd. I think it's the 2nd. So I went to the auto parts store, bought these Dorman 9612330D. So I got the same number, both packages, different lengths. Typical, but they'll work. Like I say, man, you can't buy anything anymore without, am I reading this wrong? 961230D, exactly the same. Anyway, I'm going to use these on the door panels. And that's it. So I already drilled some holes last week. Let's see if they're big enough. I'm just going to use whatever length. This damn drill, don't ever buy one of these drills. The chuck comes loose. Actually, I'm going to use the long ones. Instead of that cheap countersunk plastic. I'll put one on that side. Done. Finally got the door done. Mirror works. Badge is on. These things don't fit that great. I don't know why. Anyway, it's on. That don't look bad. And it matches. Okay, so now I'm on the other side. And this piece here, when I put the panel on, the weather stripping is like that far away from the glass. So I just took it off and bent this. I put the bottom in a vise and bent this that way. I mean, it's kind of weird, but it worked. So now I'm a 1/2 inch there. I'm 3/4 there. And a 5/8 here. I don't know if there's different ones. I don't know where these came from. But a 1/2 inch from the here to the glass seems to work the best. So I'm going to bend this one. Because I got the same problem. The weather, the inside weather piece that goes against the glass, the wiper, it's too far away. As weird as that sounds. Again, I'm just trying to make this damn thing work. So I'm just going to put this in the vise like that and hit up and try to bend it 1/4. Okay, I finally got this top panel in, this son of a gun. And it's tight, and the weather stripping in here is tight. I've I think I showed that I had to bend those things. I bent this one, and this one, and now it's all tight. It's good on the other door. And then, so I bent those, pushed this down tight, then put that screw in. Same on this side. Now I can do the bottom panel. And I'm happy. I can't explain why. All I know is I had to fix it. And that's how I fixed it. Yeah, these panels have been fighting me the whole way. So now, turn this viewfinder around. This one, it's just a little bit too small, but I had these extra ones they're longer, but they're a little bit thicker. So the way to check this, find your holes and just push them in. Now, see, that one's holding, but this one just comes right out. So you got two choices. You can weld that and then re-drill it like I did on the other side, or you can just get a. These are a little bit thicker. I think I bought these a long time ago because I didn't know I had these. So now I checked the other one. That's okay, I can't pull that out. Not easy. But over here, it would just slide out. I mean, I don't know why this stuff's happening. It's just fighting me to the end. So I'll put this bigger one on. Now let me check this hole too. See, that hole's even kind of loose. So I'm gonna switch this one out too. Of course, I don't have any here. I'm gonna have to go over there and get them. But I mean, if you want your panels to stay on, just take that extra damn time to get it right. I bought a whole bag of these a long time ago. These bigger ones. I'm probably got them off Amazon. Here it is. I don't know if you can see it. http://store.alanti.com. But I'm pretty sure I got them off Amazon. So again, getting back to this, if you're working on this car, or GM maybe, try to get this kind with this cutout. This one I just cut it out with, if you can see that, I just cut it out with side cutters. I don't know why this one was already cut out. I can't find any more of those. Okay, last piece, and I'm done with these doors. That's it, finally. This is good. This is pretty good. I got a little bit of plastic I stuck out too far. I gotta trim that. That's it. What a bitch. What a bitch these door panels were. I don't know if they were made wrong or I don't know. Yeah, it wasn't done. I forgot to put this on. But now it's on. And these cups, or these clips that go on there. Now the door is done. Now both doors are done. So, I'm just going to walk over here. If you want to know where the... I know I've went over this before, but this is going to be the last time. So there's that little spring on the door. This is the door handle, the escutcheon. Go over 3 1/4. From the top of the plate, like I showed earlier, go back, go up 1 1/4, go up 1 1/4, go over 3 1/4. This is supposed to say 12 1/8, okay, not 13 1/8, because I burned an inch. So that is the factory holes. I had trouble figuring out the driver's side because I didn't have the factory door, but that is the factory hole. So 1 1/4 up, 3 1/4 over, find that hole, or put that hole in before you do all the door panel, then just measure over 12 1/8. So on this door, I knew where the holes were because I had made this drawing. I just poked in there, found it. It was right on the measurement, and I went over and it was there. So I don't know if that makes sense to you, but these are the kind of drawings that I'll never use this again. But if somebody watches this and suffers through this video, because it was a bitch making this work. And one other thing is, behind this right here, there's these little spacer clips. I had to cut them off or I cut off like a 3/8 of an inch. There's like one here, 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 or else it wouldn't suck tight. So that's it. If you can make it through this video, you're good. Doors are done. Finally. I don't even want to talk about them again.